when I want to take it out. These aren't screw-in handlebars, you just pop them in place. And I've got this extension bar for accessories. I keep it a little bit loose so that way I can fold it up. You know, it's tight enough where it doesn't move while I'm riding, but it gives me a little bit more space if I can fold it up a little bit. All right, so just pop the handlebars up and just lift the latch, push it down here and lift up. Pops into place, kickstand down, just, there we go. Just push the latch in to lock it in. Bottom of my kickstand fell off, but that's right, I gotta get a replacement. And then just push this in for the seat, and then this goes up and latches down. The seat folds out. All right, so to go in the P settings, you hold down the M and the S button at the same time. All right, so that's miles per hour mode. It's kind of a pain. Doesn't work. Okay. Shit. Okay, go into P settings, hold them both down. P setting 2, set to 1 is miles per hour. 0 is kilometers per hour. Come on. All right, 3 is the voltage level, that's at 52. 6, wheel diameter is 10-inch. 7 is speed measuring magnetic steel number. I'm not sure what that is, but it's set to 30 by default. Leave that alone. 9 is 0 start, so set to 0 is 0 start. If you set to 1, then you have to do a kick start. Okay. 15 speed ratio, that's set to 100. 16 is cruise control, I have that on as 1, off is 0. 19 tail lights, 1, it's synced with the front light, otherwise 0, it's always on. And by the way, to go into the mode, I'm pressing both buttons at the same time. I went into the walk mode. I've been trying to look for that. So it looks like if you hold down M, then you'll go into walk mode. But I don't want that right now. Let's put it back on sport. Okay, so hold down M and S, go in, and then just press S to scroll. 3, 6, P7, 15, we were on 19. Okay, now 20. All right, set at 0. So that launch mode is actually off. So let's go set launch mode on. Come on. All right, so 2 is the max. Come on. All right. I always forget how to lock it in there. Let's go back and check, make sure it's on. I just pressed both buttons, held both buttons down to see if that would lock it in. Let's go back to P20, and it said 0, so it didn't save it. So hit M to get it to flash, and then you can change it. Come on. There we go, and hit M to get to 2. And if you hit M, it goes up. Hit S, it goes down. Let's try holding M. There we go, that locked it in. So now let's do the last one, regen brakes. So right now it's set on the max regen brakes, which is 9. Okay, so now launch mode is on. We're on sport mode, on dual motors, and let's go. 8, 10, 14, 16, 15, 18, 16. All right. Hard to tell what the difference is here. Let's go back and do single motors now with launch mode on and see if that makes any difference. Just wonder if the extra acceleration helps us get up that hill. Front drive only, single motor with launch mode, and let's go. I don't know, that seemed pretty slow to me. 8, 10, 9, 8, 7. I don't even think I'm gonna make it up the hill. 6, 5, I'm dying here. 4, maybe barely 3. All right. Oh, that did not go very well. And let's check the, I got brand new batteries, but I'm just wondering how much it's wore down by now. And let's see. So pressing the S button twice, you can see the trip odometer. Then this is the voltage, which is 56.5 right now. Okay. All right, so now let's go into, I think that's front. Let's put it on. Okay, that's rear only. All right, and let's go. I don't know, this launch mode does not seem like it's helping any. 9 miles an hour, 8, 7, 6, I'm not making it. 5, 4 miles per hour. There we go. And I got voltage droop down to 53.5. Okay. So, it's back up to 56 now. So I think it drained about half a volt just going up that little hill. So that's the voltage sag with dual motor, going up a hill. Basically kind of a worst case scenario. All right, let's see if I can get up to full speed. I'm trying to beat 37 miles an hour. Let's go now. $29, $30, $32, $35, $36. So I've noticed the speedometer is usually pretty accurate. Lower speeds, it's within a mile per hour or so. At the upper speeds, it's off maybe 2 or 3 miles per hour, but it's not bad. It's reasonable. It's hard to tell with acceleration and, the GPS satellites being updated on my phone, that sort of thing, but I'd say it's within a couple miles per hour, generally. 5, 36, all right, 37. I gotta slow down. All right. $5, $28, $30, $31, $32, $33, $34, $35. All right.
On average, I'm getting, as a 265-pound rider, I'm getting about 22 miles on the Solar P1 3.0. So how can this help somebody else? Well, if you're a heavier rider, everyone is going to start at the same point. You're going to get fully charged 59 volts on the scooter. It's going to be some variation scooter to scooter, but basically you're all going to start from about the same point. And what that means is you're going to have a gain error or a different slope depending on your load. So if you're heavier than 265 pounds, you can expect this to slope more downwards. If you're lighter than 265 pounds, you can expect this to slope upwards. So a lighter rider should get more miles, a heavier rider should get less miles. Okay, I hope that was easy to understand. It's basically just, how much voltage do I need to go a certain amount of miles? Um, and that's the transfer function. And so again, here it is. This R squared factor is just basically how well does it fit? How well does the data fit? Don't worry about that too much. The y-intercept is basically your starting voltage at 0 volts. At 0 miles, no load. And but this is what you really want, the slope of this line here, because that tells you, how many volts per mile. All right. All right. Hope this helps. Okay, here's the scooter seat for the Solar P1 3.0, and going to show you a couple problems I found with it. First is, this is the original bolts that I had on here, and basically these just go around and clamp up on here, and then once you set the position, these little grooves are supposed to hold it in place, but I think these grooves are too small, at least for my weight. So I'm about 250, 260 pounds. So what would happen is this part here, normally the seat is up like this, and I'd have the seat position set, and then it would slip, so the seat would go back, and while I was riding or accelerate or anything, any force would just tilt the seat back, no matter how much I tightened it up. In fact, I tightened it up so much, it's completely stripped out this bolt. So Solar was cool enough to send me a new bolt. I didn't want to strip it out this time, so what I did was I put some JB Weld on it, and I put the JB Weld around this area here on both sides. So you see that in here and in here. And what that does is basically just this seat post here makes it, it's now welded to this position. So the position's fixed. I can't move it anymore, but I'm not ever going to want to ride with my seat up or down. I'm going to want it flat. So I already set the position that I wanted it, so I don't care about that. I've had is not really much of a problem, but my seat started turning. I'm just going to put some thread sealant on that. I'll try this one first because it's not permanent, and just see if that holds it well enough. If it doesn't, then I'll just use the permanent thread, because